Joining us for more on this, former U.S. Border Patrol Chief Ron Vitiello. Ron, in addition to this, there were 2 teens that were suspected smugglers that were arrested earlier this week. And it's one of the things I wanted to ask you about. Are the drug cartels continuing to target younger people so that they can be the ones that bring people across to try to evade being captured or maybe not to have such a severe penalty?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Dana. It's a good question. It's very difficult in the federal system to prosecute minors. And the last time I was in Tucson, it was related to me that many of these kids, the minors that are doing the smuggling, they're contracted on Facebook or on social media. They have no idea why they're going to the border. They're enticed with large sums of money. They're contacted via text or through some of these WhatsApp, some of those applications that are secure, and they're told to be at a certain place at a certain time, and they don't know until they get there what they'll be smuggling. Sometimes it's narcotics, sometimes it's people, but it's very difficult to prosecute them on the federal system. The system's just not built for juveniles, and sometimes the states will help, but it usually has to be an egregious case. And so, there are lots of problems on the border, as your report just showed. We're over 1.5 million apprehensions so far this year, and we're not even close to where we're going to be at the end of the year. And it's terrible. This administration has abandoned their responsibility to control that border and protect the homeland, and we're seeing the results of it. It's a very sobering report you showed.
Yeah, Ron, do you see this policy changing? A lot of people don't, frankly. I don't know if you can look down the road, but the human trafficking on that border is extraordinary.
It's always risky on the border. The men and women of the Border Patrol, DHS, they know very well the risks that they take. No one does more than the Border Patrol to protect people from the extreme heat and rescue them when they fall into trouble. But their volume is so high that instead of being out there patrolling the border and looking for people and assisting people who are in distress, they're covered up with the work, with those groups of hundreds and thousands coming every 24 hours. And I don't think it's going to change. This administration has never stepped forward and explained to us what they're trying to accomplish down there. First, they denied it was a crisis. Then they said it was going to go away. Then it got worse, and it's getting worse, and they have no solutions. They keep saying that things are getting better. They said over the weekend that they're doing a good job. They're doing a terrible job, and the men and women of DHS and the Border Patrol and their families are the ones that have to put up with this nonsense. Those border communities have to put up with this nonsense, with this wave of humanity that comes across the border every single night. I don't see them changing because they haven't yet, and every chance they've gotten to make a statement about border security or an immigration system that has integrity, they stepped back from the rule of law. They rushed to what they called the flawed Supreme Court to get them out from under the migrant protection protocols. That protocol, that agreement with Mexico, made Mexico do more than they have ever done in my entire career as it relates to protecting their own border and helping us on the northern border. They walked away from that day one of this administration, and we're seeing the results of it.
The other thing is, in terms of encouraging migrants to come, the Biden administration is dismissing a lot of illegal immigration cases. They can't get them through the system, so they're being dismissed. So even if you had been somebody who was supposed to face deportation, these people that they're dismissing cases for will never have to face that.
Those are legitimate cases that were filed with the immigration court. Those people are subject to deportation charges. And so they're incentivizing people to come and put themselves in that situation. They're dismissing those cases. All the incentives here are wrong. The people that are coming from Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, all of those different countries, they know when they get here, they're going to be released at the border if they're encountered by the Border Patrol. And then people who are under docket control, who are supposed to be in front of an immigration judge and get their due process, the government is releasing those cases. They're dismissing those cases for no cause at all. And so they're incentivizing people to come here. They are promoting an open border policy because every incentive that's out there is to come and not to stay home. And this administration, apparently that's the way they want it. They want an open borders policy. To what end? I can't even imagine.
200,000 plus every month. Ron, thanks for coming back today.
Thank you.
Good to be on. Thank you.